everyone, it's Anthony from ComicsEatingUp.net with a new comic spec review video for July 2nd, 2019. In these videos, we talk about the hot comic book releases of the week. Now, it's been a few weeks since we've done one of these. That is on me. I had become stretched too thin between all my obligations and something had to give. Appreciate all the people who follow me on YouTube and on the site ComicsEatingUp.net. And now that some of those commitments have ended, I can get back to focusing on comics. Batgirl 36 has a Joshua Middleton cover, one of the last Killer Bee covers for the series before the higher-priced cardstock covers kick in. It's a great-looking cover as always, and has a very retro feel to it. Deceased number 3, this series has been pretty cool. I'm switching off the horror movie comics this week because of the higher prices for the cardstock covers, but still it's worth a grab and worth a read for me. Deathstroke 45 brings us a new Deathstroke in the wake of the death of Slade Wilson. Interesting to see who this is going to be. Lois Lane number 1 has a Jenny Frison cover. It's a great looking Lois cover. This starts off the Lois Lane detective story from Leviathan. Arrow number 1 is the new miniseries launching out of the new Agents of Atlas. There's an Artgerm cover on this one that's really sweet. There's also a ratio variant by Mirka and Dolpha. Immortal Hulk number 20 is always the must pick up for me. This series in general is. Harpy picked Hulk clean and ate his heart in the last issue, so really need to see where this issue is going. New Mutants 98 Facsimile Edition is the latest of the series of Marvel reprints, reprinting the exact copy of the original comic, ads and all. Not the first time this has been reprinted, but in this format I believe it hasn't been done before. It's still worth picking up if you don't have a copy. Savage Avengers number 3 features the Conan with the Venom Blade. Will it appear in the comic is the big question, and is it related to the one featured in War of the Realms? And if so, how did Conan get it? The ratio variant for this one could be worth the pickup. True Believers Absolute Carnage She-Venom number 1 reprints the first appearance of She-Venom as seen in the Venom movie. Now, the original issue has been hot issue for quite some time, and $1 might not be a bad price to pay for this. It's actually a pretty good week for Image this week, starting off with Postal Deliverance number 1. This picks up where the Option comic Postal left off. No new news on the Option, so this might not hit with the Spec crowd, but if you're a fan of the series, grab it. Sea of Stars number 1 is Jason Aaron's new book from Image. Aaron books are always a great pickup, and this one has a Mike Magnolia cover, which I'm really excited to see. I love his Hellboy stuff, his BPRD, pretty much everything he does, so this cover is a grab for me. Space Bandits number 1 is Mark Millar's new series, which will surely be picked up by Netflix soon. Just wait for that announcement. There's a Howard Chaykin variant cover that could be worth looking at. Walking Dead number 193, and if you haven't seen the spoilers on this one, I'm not going to give it away, but please go over to ComicsEatingUp.net because I have the full spoilers over there. The link is in the description, and check it out. But let me tell you, it's pretty big. No One Left to Fight's a new book from Dark Horse that looks pretty cool. It takes cues from Dragon Ball, a group of heroes who have saved the world several times, but when they beat the final boss, what do? It's a story of regret, resentment, and growing older, and one that asks, what does a fighter do when there's no one left to fight? Nasty Pills number 1 is my indie pick of the week. I love Amigo Comics, and this new action thriller looks pretty cool. Charlie's Angels vs. the Bionic Woman number 1, Ron Lasser cover, is my favorite cover of the week. As a kid growing up in the 70s and 80s, these were definitely my favorite women, and this is just a great looking cover. Test number 1 from Vault has a variant cover homage to Transmetropolitan, one of my favorite comics of all times, which is reason enough for me to pick this one up and see what it's about. Well, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you see something I missed. Once again, thanks to everybody who subscribed to the channel and stuck with me on my brief hiatus. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. We will see you next week.